Welcome to the Paris Adventure. In this story, we're diving deep into the heart of Paris, the city of light. People from around the world are enchanted by Paris, and today we'll explore why. This isn't just about the Eiffel Tower or croissants, though they're wonderful too. It's about the charm, history, romance, and little details that make Paris a city everyone loves to talk about and dream of visiting. Chapter 1. Paris, City of Dreams and Lights. When people think of Paris, they think of romance, fashion, art, and history all wrapped into one incredible city. Paris isn't just a place, it's a feeling. People dream of strolling down the Seine River, seeing the sparkling Eiffel Tower, and experiencing that classic Parisian lifestyle. But why does this city make so many people feel enchanted? Let's explore some of the reasons. Chapter 2. The Eiffel Tower. More than just a tower. It's impossible to talk about Paris without mentioning the Eiffel Tower. Rising above the city at 324 meters over 1,000 feet, this iconic structure was once criticized by locals when it was built in 1889. Some called it a monstrosity. But over time, people fell in love with it. Today, the Eiffel Tower represents Paris itself. People love to know that you can see the Eiffel Tower sparkling at night every hour on the hour. Thousands of lights flicker for 5 minutes, creating a magical experience. Visitors can take the elevator up to the second or third level and get an unforgettable view of Paris. And on the ground, locals and tourists gather in the surrounding park for picnics and selfies with this world-famous landmark. Chapter 3. Hidden Streets and Cafes. True Parisian Experience. People love learning about Paris's hidden gems, those narrow streets with charming cafes, bakeries, and little boutiques. Imagine sipping a coffee on a small, cozy street in Le Marais, where each cafe feels like a piece of art. The waiters greet you with a bonjour, and the smell of fresh croissants fills the air. One of the most famous cafes is Café de Flore, located in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where famous writers like Ernest Hemingway and Jean-Paul Sartre once sat. People love knowing that they can sit in the same place as these literary giants, just watching life go by and soaking up the Parisian atmosphere. Chapter 4. French Cuisine. From croissants to escargot. French cuisine is world-renowned, and Paris offers some of the best dining experiences in the world. People love knowing about the food culture here, from simple baguettes to fancy dining. Croissants in Paris are a must. Many travelers go on a croissant tour to find the best croissant in the city. Biting into a freshly baked croissant with its flaky, buttery layers is like a taste of heaven. And then there are the adventurous foods like escargot snails. People are always curious about escargot, served with garlic and parsley butter in small French restaurants. Even if you're hesitant at first, trying escargot is a fun experience that often surprises people. Chapter 5. Museums and Art. The Louvre and Beyond. Paris is an art lover's dream. The Louvre is the largest art museum in the world and home to the Mona Lisa. People love learning that it would take days, maybe even weeks, to see everything in the Louvre. The pyramid entrance, designed by architect I.M. Pei, adds a modern touch to this historic museum and makes it one of the most photographed spots in Paris. But Paris isn't just about the Louvre. Other popular museums include the Musée d'Orsay, known for its impressionist masterpieces by Monet, Van Gogh, and Renoir. Paris is also home to the Centre Pompidou, a museum that looks like it's inside out, with colorful pipes and staircases visible from the outside. Art in Paris is everywhere, from museums to street murals, and people love discovering these artistic treasures. Chapter 6. Romance in the Seine River. Paris has long been called the City of Love, and for good reason. The Seine River, which flows through the city, has beautiful bridges, scenic spots, and even river cruises. Couples often take a romantic evening cruise to see the city lights, passing by famous landmarks like Notre-Dame Cathedral and the Eiffel Tower. There's something incredibly romantic about walking along the river with the sound of street musicians and the view of Paris at sunset. And yes, people love knowing that the love lock tradition, where couples attach a lock to the Pont des Arts bridge, began here in Paris. Though the original bridge is now lock-free to protect its structure, people still find new ways to celebrate their love by the Seine. Chapter 7. Parisian Fashion and Shopping. Paris is a world fashion capital, and people come here not just to see fashion but to live it. The streets of Paris become runways, especially around the Champs-Élysées, the city's most famous shopping street. People love knowing that they can visit high-end stores like Louis Vuitton and Chanel, or explore boutiques in Le Marais for unique Parisian styles. Parisians have an effortless style, combining elegance with simplicity. Watching how locals dress and carry themselves is inspiring, and people often leave Paris with a new sense of fashion. Chapter 8. Day trips to Versailles and Montmartre. Paris offers quick escapes to places like the Palace of Versailles, a grand symbol of French royalty with its hall of mirrors, sprawling gardens, and impressive fountains. It's a short train ride from Paris, and feels like stepping into a fairy tale. People love knowing about the stories of King Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette, who once lived here, and imagining what life might have been like in this opulent palace. Montmartre, another favorite, is a charming hilltop neighborhood within the city. People love that this is where artists like Picasso and Dali once lived. The white domed Basilica of Sacré-Cœur, at the highest point in Paris, offers breathtaking views. The lively square at Place du Tertre is full of street artists ready to paint a portrait, making Montmartre feel like an open-air art gallery. Chapter 9. Nightlife in cabarets. The Paris nightlife has a unique charm, from rooftop bars with a view of the Eiffel Tower to classic cabaret shows. The Moulin Rouge, with its iconic red windmill, is famous worldwide. It's the birthplace of the can dance, and people love the idea of seeing a live cabaret performance here. It's glitzy, glamorous, and full of Parisian spirit. Chapter 10. The Magic of Seasons in Paris. Paris is beautiful all year round, and people love knowing what each season brings. In spring, the cherry blossoms bloom, especially around Notre-Dame and the Eiffel Tower. Summer is perfect for picnics in the parks, while fall turns the city into a golden masterpiece with fallen leaves along the sign. Winter is magical too, with holiday lights, Christmas markets, and a cozy, festive feel throughout the city. The Paris that lives in everyone's heart. Paris is more than just a destination, it's a feeling, a lifestyle, a city that touches the soul. People love to know that every street, every cafe, every piece of art has a story. Whether you're here for romance, food, fashion, or simply the joy of wandering, Paris leaves an impression that lasts a lifetime. For everyone who dreams of Paris, this city waits with open arms and endless stories to tell. And who knows, maybe one day you'll make your own memories here, adding your own story to the magic of Paris.